Good evening, everybody. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to the New York City Arena here in Midtown Manhattan for a much-anticipated main event. 10 rounds among heavyweights, and now the time has come. All the talk, now comes the walk. Arreola's showing you that intensity that so many of the very best will display during a ring walk. Totally focused. David Haye's belief that he can overcome anything is showing through. He's bubbling over with confidence.
Introducing first, with a record of 29 wins, 25 knockouts with 2 losses, from Los Angeles, Chris the Nightmare Arreola. And his opponent across the ring, an impressive record of 25 victories, including 23 knockouts and only 1 defeat. Coming out of London, David the Haymaker Haye.
All right, gentlemen, protect yourselves at all times. Let's touch them up.
When you get a fight like this that everybody's been talking about, it's always so interesting to see these opening moments here in round number 1. Digs in with a good solid uppercut after taking a shot. Fine work with the left hand. He landed well by David Haye. See, this is a tough spot for Chris Arreola right now. He needs to clinch right now to survive. Oh! Menacing midsection shot there. Down he goes. Arreola's trainer is thrilled with this. He gets up off the canvas. Now he wants to see how he'll react. He digs in with a left hand to the body. Solid hook upstairs. Crashes home with the uppercut. Many may believe that in a matchup like this, power puncher versus power puncher, that he who has more power wins. But in a way, is it as simple as saying he who has more fundamentals wins?
Yes, absolutely. He who has a missile to get that bomb to the target, he's going to win.
And you can see he wanted to do that as he holds on there. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Haye dazed his opponent that time with that power punch. Teddy, I don't think he's got visions of sticking around too long. He's landed power punches early.
Yeah, he wants to make it a quick night's work.
Good job snapping out that jab.
You know, if you're watching Muhammad Ali, you know you need a jab to move on the outside. But if you're coming forward, you need a jab, and there's proof of it.
So many times you hear of an early round where they're just feeling each other out. No way. Not these guys. Straight to action.
Well, if they can keep this up, they're both going to have headaches, but we're going to have a special one on our hands.
Oh, and a big right hand lands. You see, David Haye can hurt you in so many ways, but the torque on that uppercut, that can be damaging. body shot lands. It was the right. Wow, what an uppercut. And the countdown, the final moments of this round. Both men digging in with uppercuts. So they close out that round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, I know you watch very closely how these trainers go about their business. You were under the tutelage of one of the true legends of the game, the great Cristobal.
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate. Quite honestly, those opportunities, situations probably don't exist anymore because we've lost a lot of those, you know, really great trainers and managers that possibly their whole life. I spent 7 years with Cristobal, and they learned the nuts and bolts from a physical, technical point of view of what's important to give to a fighter, but the psychological part. To understand the pressures that a fighter is under, the fears that a fighter deals with. And if you don't understand that, all the other things don't mean anything. Because you have to understand how a fighter is feeling to understand why he's behaving or not behaving a certain way.
That's a flush shot, banking away those body shots with the left hand. Good job by David Haye, just staying sound defensively, able to block that punch. David Haye sitting back right now, Teddy, and looking for that counter-punch opportunity, isn't he?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's waiting, you know, he sees that his opponent is in his armory, so to speak. You know, he's in his castle. He's getting him to come out of his castle. He wants him to come out of his castle, so now he can attack.
Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. He got rocked. He just got rocked, and he's still taking punches.
The only way right now is to grab on a little bit, stop this flow.
Arreola is impressing the judges and himself with that right hand. And now a well-placed hook to the head. And you can hear the corner of Chris Arreola just imploring him to fight on, and that's exactly what he's doing. Good job recovering from that moments ago. Halfway through round number 2. Arreola's off mark all night long, and Teddy, he's getting tired just missing punches.
Well, this is a good example. You know, we know what happens when they land, but this is a good example of what happens when they don't land. Sometimes you get a little discouraged.
He clinches when he gets to the inside. There's the uppercut, one of my favorite punches, and it works that time for him. He's showing what a skilled fighter he is with this counterpunching. Return to sender. He gives him back one of his own. Now he ties up there. What a hook to the head by David Haye. Arreola was doing exactly what you would expect him to do after being knocked down earlier. Now he's clinching.
Yeah, he's doing a nice imitation of an octopus. And you know what? If I was in his shoes, I'd be doing the same thing.
David Haye can generate a lot of power. This is a very strong and athletic guy. And if that right hand keeps landing, you're going to see the end result of that power. 3 minutes gone by in this round. Now that he's back in the corner, we get a close-up look. David Haye's cut even looks worse.
And it's up to the fighter now, Joe, for his attitude not to change. You know, we can look at it and we can say, wow, that cut looks worse. The fans can look at it and say that. But the fighter must be steady, the same attitude, as though he doesn't have a cut. Otherwise, he has no chance of winning this fight.
Okay? Whenever he misses, count it. You have to double jab, all right? Every time you come in, I want to see that double.
Arreola's right hand did a nice job that time. That worked well for him. able to get up and continue on last time. Now he goes down again. Fight is over. David Haye's corner is already celebrating. His opponent unable to beat the count.
Your winner, David, the Haymaker,
David Haye's able to come up with a shocker here. Out of nowhere, early on, a knockout victory.
And does it with one shot that he never saw.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. That does it ringside. We'll see you next time.